As I was saying, chaps, fine feathers making fine beds is one thing. But a bald head who can't even speak the English language properly is another. There is no hope in hell for you know who. Not even in a new suit. So it's no use anybody trying to get classy ideas around here. Well, because we know all about it. Enjoy yourself with your old friend from Germany. And please, don't worry about me. I just sit in the kitchen and twiddle my thumbs. After all, it was only 10 years. Why worry about them? Well, you'd better, because they were mine. Those were 10 years of my life, and you had them cheap. Just don't think that means I'm hard up for you, because I've got a surprise for you, Mr. Big Shot. I'm also going to have a good time tonight, you bet. I'm going to have the best good time of my life. And it won't be beer and sausages at the Phoenix. Put that where the monkey puts his nuts. And when you come home, I'll be out. And there'll be an account for 50 pounds on your bed. Because if you think this is the end of me, you've got another guest coming. I've only started. Yes, go on, go on. Get the hell out of here, you rotten, stinking thief. Thief! You heard that, I hope. Well, good. I'm glad. I wanted to humiliate him in public. And I think I succeeded. You should have seen him. He crawled through that door like a dog, with his tail between his legs.
and expect, like the stranger, that you'll always submit. We must have known. Women relinquish all personal rights in the presence of a man who could be considered a rapist, especially if he is considered a friend, and is no less worth being beat within an inch of his life, being publicly ridiculed, having 2 fists shoved up his ass, and then the stranger, we always think it will be who never showed up, because it turns out that the nature of rape has changed. We can now meet them in circles we frequent for companionship. See them at the coffee house with someone else we know. We could have them over for dinner and get raped in our own houses by invitation.
Yes, I am ugly. Father was ugly too, but father became beautiful. Do you know when? At the very end, when all his question has been answered, when all hope was gone, stabbed like a beetle, when it was absolutely certain that nothing could save him. Almost then he was at peace. Then he could smile. Almost then he became beautiful. Whereas you, those faces of yours, it's you who are the ugly ones. Even the handsomest of you, with an ugly glint at the corner of your mouth. Why do you want me to be quiet? Because you know that I'm right? Do you think I can't see the fact that I'm saying is true? Of course you have to go up, grounding, defending a bomb you call happiness. I spit on your happiness. I spit on your identity. Life must go on. Come what may. You are all like dogs that lick everything they smell. You, with the promise of hand-round happiness, provide a person who does ask too much of life. I want everything of life. I do. I want it total, complete. Otherwise, I'll reject it. I will not be satisfied with the bit of cake you promised to offer me if I promise to be a little girl. I want to be shown everything this very day. Sure that everything will be as beautiful as when I was a little girl. If not, I want to die. They were asking me questions. Questions I didn't know. Questions like, where were the guns? They wanted me to sign a confession that I planted the bombs. Can you believe it? So they took me to this field I've never been before. They made me dig a hole at a particular spot. I thought I was digging my own grave. But I dug. About 3 feet down, I hit a crate. It was full of guns, limpet mines, and grenades. They took photos of me standing next to the crate. And they wanted me to state that I actually took them to the field and pointed out their arms. They take it in shifts. They wouldn't allow me to go to the toilets, and I've pissed and shat in my pants. They wouldn't even allow me to take a shower, but I pleaded then. And this morning, they did. They took me to the toilet. But then they forced my head into the bowl and flushed. I thought I was going to drown. Like when they put a canvas bag around my neck and they tightened it and I couldn't breathe and I blacked out. I woke up with one of them pissing into my face. And last night, it was worse. They had new tricks. They all put their guns into my head. And they were laughing, but I was so scared. And they pulled triggers, and I cried. I said, I don't want to die. Get me out of here, please.
Like I see the poems, please.
I'm sitting here, mystified and numbed with pain. Pain to lose someone so close and yet so far away. Some say you can't lose something you never had. If that's true, then how can I feel this sad? I felt more close to you, my child, more than anyone else around me, because I felt you so deep within me. So small, no eye could see, yet so full of life was felt already. Disbelief consumed my brain, as tears fall like rain. Hearts pounding hard, feels like thunder. The sorrows and anguish down under just can't be explained. Was I being punished for a sin I committed? Was I to learn something and just didn't get it? Please, God, answer me. What did I do to deserve this? Does he know how much I love him? Because it's your job to tell him. I miss him already. I'll do anything to kiss him, to hold him, and embrace the mere presence of him. But I can only hope for one of those days. He comes back to me, this time to stay, to find it within his heart to give me a chance for a brand new start.
After a while, you learn the subtle difference between holding a hand and chaining a soul. You learn that love does not mean leaning and company does not mean security. And you begin to learn that kisses and contracts and presents and promises. And you begin to accept your defeat with your head up and your eyes ahead, with the grace of a woman, not the grief of a child. Then you begin to build all your roads on today's ground, because tomorrow's ground is too uncertain for plans. And futures have a way of falling down in your flight. After a while, you learn that even sunshine burns if you get too much. So you start to plant your own garden and decorate your own soul, instead of waiting for someone to bring you flowers. And you learn that you really can endure, that you really do have worth. With every goodbye, you learn, and you learn.
I am a sound making sounds, and in my echo sleep. I am a form building forms that I cannot keep. I am a seed sowing seeds, my harvest bittersweet. I am a light, dark and bright, a rainbow in the deep. What I live for, I give to. And what I give to, I grow in. And what I grow in, I become. And what I become is my life. However, I may name it only through a change. In what I live for, there is life beyond becoming. All that I am revealed, wordlessly, in the great court of now, for without need of a single image, I am seen just as I am.
This art remains inviolate, since my ancestors, our part as posterity, has built the sacred temple religiously like the gong, and I listen. I listen to these noises and sways, and dance to their delicious harmony. But still, I do not hear. A lone star rises this time, meteorically above the dimness of the rest-telling and retelling of all the history. I continue to listen, but still I do not hear that my blood is fiery with excitement. The drum drums my name. The gong gongs my name. And the flute flutes my praise. And still I do not hear, till a voice now uncracked and bounds like a bird and chips it. Aha, then I hear. I hear the esoteric eloquence of these instruments. And times like this, like today, I wish I could talk like the drum, and beat like the gong, and sing like the flute. I wish I could talk like the sacred instruments to my ancestors, and dance with a hearing ear. I wish I could talk like a man into the very essence of their music.
I can still hear myself shouting, singing. I can still hear myself saying, fuck off, this is not your home. All I thought was, we're just threatening them. Until I saw objects being thrown at him. Until I saw him being kicked everywhere. Until I saw blood running out of his nose, eyes, ears, arms, legs. And then reality hit me. And I began to realize, this is not a threat, but inhumanity. I backed off, trying to gather all of this. Don't even know what to call it. I saw him lying down. I saw his eyes wide open yet closed and crying blood. I heard his voice crying, no, please, I'm sorry. I felt his heart saying, please, tell them to stop. I felt a tear burning in my heart and I couldn't do anything. Oh, that's what I thought. If I stop them, they would be on me. They would be crucifying me together with him. Now I wish they did, and this regret won't be there. The guy who used to do my garden, my shoes, my hair was being killed. If only I fought as an African. If only I stopped the petrol from reaching his African soul, then things would be different. I saw the guy next to me making a flame out of a stick, the stick that was being drawn to a petrol African. I saw his entire bruised body through the flame, mouth still crying and heart saying, please, tell them to stop. I saw his entire family through the flame crying, we're losing our only breadwinner, we're losing our dad, we're losing our uncle, we're losing our teacher, we're losing our only black brother. Someone tell me how to forget this, how to rewind things, how to bring him back to life again. All I want to say is just, I'm sorry. I'm sorry I betrayed you as an African. I'm sorry I was not firm enough to stop it. I'm sorry I was being influenced against you. I'm sorry for, I guess it's too late now.
Right, we'll take a short break.